Now here are your hosts, Greg Noble and
Welcome.
Wayne.
This broadcast belongs to them. How are you today, Greg?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad. It's the weekend. Had a long weekend.
Oh, yeah? You have more Christmas decorating?
No more Christmas decorating, but I did go into Manhattan yesterday. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah, I saw the pictures. Looked more stressful than fun, honestly, but you got some cool pictures.
It was pretty stressful, but it wasn't stressful because of the crowds. It was who we were with, I guess.
Yeah, you can tell in some of your facial expressions, like you're trying to smile, but you don't look pleased.
Well, that's how I always look in pictures. Usually when they're taken, I'm not pleased. No, that's not true. But yeah, no, it was cool. I haven't been to the city in a very long time, so it was cool to see the city. I wish it was a little bit slowed down a little bit, and then taking all the transportation was a nightmare, but we got through it. And it's not so easy dragging a kid from one end of Manhattan to the other.
Hey, it looks like he took it pretty well.
Oh yeah, he loved it. He loved everything that he saw, so it was cool. I never got to go to Manhattan when I was 3. My parents never went near Manhattan. I didn't go there until probably I was like 10 or 11 years old, maybe even later than that. I don't know. It's a long time.
I was going to say I was in high school, but
Yeah, it was a big deal. But my wife's aunt lives there, so a little bit easier for us. We know, somebody lives there, All right, well, let's get into the King Diamond podcast here. Now,
this broadcast belongs to them.
Yes. Episode 5.
5.
Yeah, 5 episodes. In this episode, we are going to have a interview with Ralph Viera.
Yes, we are. And I'm blanking on his band's name right now.
Thrash or Die.
Thrash or Die, that's right.
Yep, he's from Thrash or Die. He also has a bunch of podcasts, which we mentioned on the interview. I'm having a brain fart right now, and I can't remember what his thing is called, because he's actually got a couple different ones.
Well, see, this is the thing that sucks when I can't be at my computer, that's where all my notes are, and I can't see any of them.
Actually, here it is. Almost Human on YouTube. So you can subscribe to Almost Human. That's his YouTube channel. And we mentioned it, like I said, on his interview part. So he's going to talk about what got him into King Diamond. So that's a pretty cool interview. I was going to add Michael Denner stuff, but since I added our intro Michael Denner last week, there really isn't much more to tell with Dangerzone with Michael. So we'll go, when we start Mercyful Fate, we'll start with Michael then.
Yep.
And Ralph might even join us for that next episode too, so we'll see what happens. All right. So, want to get into Dangerzone?
Sure. 2 demos from 80 and 81, kind of just a short footnote in the whole overall picture of Mercyful Fate. It was basically their name after the Brats for a little while, and then they changed to Mercyful Fate. There's quite a few songs on here that, though they have different names, you can hear the beginnings of things like Satan's Fall and The Dangerous Meeting, and well, there's parts of Satan's Fall in Not Amusing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a couple of the chords from before the solo are in that song. And then actually, even though it's not on this demo, but I just listened to it earlier because you sent me the link, that early version of Nightmare has parts of Satan's Fall in it too.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
All right, well.
It's not quite the album version. It's interesting. It's kind of a mix of what became Nightmare and different parts of Satan's Fall, and then just stuff that I don't think got reused.
Yeah. Actually, let's start with Nightmare since you're mentioning that now.
Okay.
It's fresh in my mind. I just listened to it because it wasn't included on the stuff you sent me, and I do have it on one of the bootlegs, but I totally forgot to even listen to it until just now. But this is actually a Mercyful Fate song, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is from after they changed the name to Mercyful Fate. Pretty shortly after, because there's a song on that live show that still has the Dangerzone name. I just can't remember what the hell it is now.
But this song isn't used anywhere else except, like you just mentioned, that I didn't even really catch on to. But Satan's Fall, I'll have to listen to it again and then listen to Satan's Fall because it's been a while since I listened to that. But actually, I'm kind of lying. In the verses, like the guitar parts,
mm-hmm.
Remember that song, "Listen to the Bell" on Into the Unknown?
Yeah.
I think this has a somewhat of a similarity in there.
I have to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, listen to both of those songs because I think they might have took only that verse part from Nightmare, and then they used it for the verses and Listen to the Bell. Because it's very played very similar, like with the stop, the way it goes there. Okay. That slow down part there, that stop thing. But otherwise, I didn't notice anything else besides. Now I'm gonna have to go back, like I said, and listen to the Satan's Fall thing. I'm not really sure why they didn't include this on a Mercyful Fate album. I mean, it's got the lyrical content that Mercyful Fate has.
Yeah, I don't know.
Except for this, the only thing I think is the song's a little too slow, maybe a little too boring. I don't know. I was kind of bored with this song.
A little bit, but I mean, it'd be very easy to speed it up like other Mercyful Fate tracks. I could see this fitting on Melissa in a slightly different form.
Yeah. But it's all right. It's a little erratic too. Maybe a little bit out of places here and there. Like they kind of really didn't have the song structured that well yet.
Oh yeah, it's clearly not finished.
Yeah. Which is, I'm surprised they played it live, but I don't know. It just didn't work for me too much. But it's an okay song. It's cool to hear a song that you've never heard before. Like there's nothing. It's not on anything else.
Yep.
So I thought that was
that's also part of the reason why I like Truck Driver so much, as Ralph and I discussed from these Dangerzone demos.
Well, now that you mentioned that one, let's skip to Truck Driver.
Okay.
All right. I was going to go in order, but you know what? We'll just go out of order. Truck Driver. On the demo you gave me, it's labeled "It's All Right." I think somehow the things got all mixed up.
Oh.
Yeah,
no, there's another song called "I'm All Right" on the second demo, but it's a different song.
Yeah, it's a completely different song. It's on this. Yeah. So maybe this is the original title to the song, but it's really Truck Driver. Oh wait, hold on. Now I'm getting confused because actually the Truck Driver song that I have labeled here says "It's All Right," and that's what this one goes to. All right, so then I don't have Truck Driver.
No, Truck Driver is the one where the chorus is, I'm alright, I'm alright.
Oh, so it is Truck Driver.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I went on YouTube and looked up Truck Driver, and it's a different song.
Really?
I
I
believe
don't
so.
know. Maybe the demo's mislabeled.
I'm gonna go look now. And pause. Next song is Truck Driver, also called It's Alright. This is very confusing. All these songs have like different names.
I think somebody just named it that because the only thing you can really understand in it is the chorus. I mean, you can't really understand what he's singing.
No, you can't understand anything in any of the songs except for, well, I'll mention it later. But there's a couple things that, yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So this song is Truck Driver. But obviously in the chorus, like you said, it's I'm all right or it's all right or whatever it is. And this is kind of similar. Well, not similar. I was supposed to do the song first, but I think this would have fit more with like maybe the Bratz. It's like very punky-ish kind of sounding and more hard rock-ish.
Yeah, it is. It's closer to like the Ramones or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
But his voice works really well on it, and it's catchy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this song.
I think it's a really cool moment, although it is pretty goofy. I mean, I'm not exactly shocked it was dropped.
Yeah.
But.
And you could also maybe hear a little bit that King's not really into singing it because the way he's just kind of like, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right, you know? To me, it just sounds like he just doesn't give a shit.
Could be. Whoops.
Oh, where'd you go? I don't know. Other thing I noticed too, this could have sounded like something from one of the early first Def Leppard albums, either On Through the Night or High and Dry. It's very similar sounding to either one of those albums.
Yeah, well, yeah, it sounds a lot more like the EP, I guess, because it's more stripped down. But yeah,
it sounds something like similar to that.
I could see Def Leppard. It also, sounds like just basic 70s rock type stuff.
Yeah. I think what makes it sound a little bit Def Leppardish to me because, like in High and Dry, he's got one of the. Actually, I think it's High and Dry where he sings like he's kind of drunk.
I think that is High and Dry. Yeah.
And that's how King kind of sounds to me, and it's like he's like just drunk or whatever. How about we start with the first song, Persecution?
Okay.
All right. This is another one that kind of sounds like it could have been a Bratz song, more another punk rocky type of song. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, you can hear King's developed his style a lot more in this song. He's got that weeping style with the vocals, and he does that high pitched scream thing. He's getting better at doing that. So he's developed a lot more into the Mercyful Fate style on this song. But this song wouldn't even fit on a Mercyful Fate album.
No, it wouldn't. It's got more in common, like you said, with the Bratz.
Now, are people from the Bratz, well, besides Hank Sherman, in this from the Bratz at all, or nobody besides Hank and King?
I don't think anybody besides Hank and King.
Yeah. And obviously Michael Denner's in this.
Well, Michael, yeah,
but he was in the second part of the Bratz, and Timmy's not involved in this either, right?
No, he wasn't in the band yet. I don't believe.
Yeah, but I mean, this song's okay, but it's nothing.
That's okay. I'm trying to remember if this is one of the ones where I could hear part of a Mercyful Fate song in it, but I don't think it is.
No, I would have recognized something. Yeah. Although, look at me, I say that now, and then I didn't recognize Satan's Fall from the other song.
Well, that's like my favorite Mercyful Fate song too. So
Yeah.
But there's one of them on here that is definitely Into the Coven, or at least parts of it.
Which one would that be?
I can't remember.
Oh man,
because I don't have any of it in front of me.
Are you sure that wasn't from the Bratz? Because I know there was Into the Coven on the Bratz song, on one of the Bratz songs.
No, I was only listening to Dangerzone earlier, and it was definitely on one of these two.
Damn it, I missed another one then because I didn't hear it. I don't know. Well, let's move on to The Witch. This song again is labeled something else than the one you sent me.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to, like I said, I don't have anything in front of me.
But it's the only reason why I knew it was the witch because he actually says it in the beginning of the song. He talks about he confesses to a murder.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody turned him in to the police or something. He just confessed that he killed his girlfriend.
Oh, come on. It's so tongue-in-cheek. Sounds like an old Hammer horror movie.
Is it tongue-in-cheek? The way he said it, he goes like this. I once had a girlfriend. She was called Melissa. She was a witch. A real witch. Now she's dead. I killed her.
It doesn't sound serious, but yeah.
It sounds serious. The way, if you listen to this thing, he did it. He committed this murder. And he should have been in jail a long time ago. And we would have never had Mercyful Fate or King Diamond. Imagine that.
And her bones would not be his mic stand.
That's right. But what was funny is the girl was called Melissa, and I guess he had this whole Melissa idea. I guess back this long.
Well,
that's kind of cool.
I mean, really, it's only 2 years. This was 81. Yeah.
When this song kicks in, it sounds like this could have been ripped off of the Iron Maiden song Transylvania. The guitar parts like
it doesn't sound like it is
the
opening riff to Transylvania. I mean, after they play the first couple bars of it, they adapt it to what they're doing.
Right.
But when they first start in with it, the warm-up or whatever, that is just the beginning of Transylvania.
Yeah.
And I listened to Transylvania again after I listened to the song because I was like, well, maybe it's just similar. I was like, nope, that's the same exact riff.
Same thing. Now, that song was out by the time this was out, right? By the time they recorded
it. Oh, yeah. The first Iron Maiden album came out in spring of 1980. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to have, I'm sure they heard, they were influenced by that song. If not, that's a really weird coincidence.
Iron Maiden really started making a difference on the scene, so I would assume they were just influenced by it.
Yeah. And then after it gets from the Transylvania part, then it goes very awkwardly, into the Doomed by the Living Dead part where the king goes long black hair.
Yeah, it does. I really don't like that transition. Well, it's not just the lyric line. I mean, it's the whole that whole part by the Living Dead. Yeah, and it doesn't segue into that well. It doesn't really fit what comes after it either.
No, not at all. It just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't work. And also too, I hear a little bit of Mission Destroy Alien in this. Because that same guitar line
that riff,
follows the same thing, yeah. And like I wrote here, you can tell this song really wasn't put together yet. It had so many abrupt parts going on throughout, but like we said, they used the song for the Doomed by the Living Dead and a couple of other songs. So this song got dissected completely.
Oh yeah,
shame because had
better for it. Yeah,
he had a cool intro. He killed his girlfriend. This whole song was about it, but it just wasn't set up right.
Yeah. Unfortunately not.
No. What we got next is Mission Destroy Aliens, which I just talked about.
Yeah. Another good song.
This one I like. I do like this one. I used to actually sing this song when I was younger.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. And it used to drive my brother nuts because I would do that same vocal like he does, like, type thing. And my brother hated when I did that. I'm not a good singer, but I'm just, It was funny, but it's a cool song. It's catchy. I like this song. And it's very similar to the one that's on Return of the Vampire album, except for at the end it has an explosion. The song ends in an explosion sound. I think the other one fades out or something.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it just fades out. But everything I believe is pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't think the actual song itself changed at all between the two.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing I could pick out. Or it's been a while since I've listened to the Return of the Vampire version. But, nothing stuck out.
No, nothing stuck out out of the ordinary. But I'm surprised they didn't do this as a Mercyful Fate song and then like release it as a B-side or something, you know?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I'm kind of surprised too, because I mean, I could see them changing up the lyrics or whatever to do something else, but musically, it's a pretty solid Mercyful Fate song.
Yeah,
You know,
the music's there. It's everything is, you know, straight played, you know, perfect, and everything was all already put together.
Yeah, it's weird they just ditched it like that, but
I mean, it finally did get that release, but still, like, it could have been done, you know, a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it is what it is. At least we have it in some form, right?
Yeah, no, true.
Next, we have Death Kiss, and that would later become a Dangerous Meeting.
Yep.
Now,
thankfully, they changed the title and the lyrics.
Yeah. This version isn't the same one that was released on the like as the bonus track on Don't Break the Eagles.
No, that's from the first or second Mercyful Fate demo, and that one's a lot closer to what would be on the Oath record than this one is. This one's just a little bit, I don't know, punkier.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't like. I forgot to mention too. There's no Kim Ruz on any of these albums. I mean, on any of these songs, and the drums are all played completely different. I mean, that's the one noticeable thing about all the songs that end up turning into Mercyful Fate songs. The drum beats are all different. You know.
Yeah, like completely different.
And like you said, they're more punky and, you know, more rockish kind of sounding, and just very basic. It sounded like the guy really didn't have too many ideas of how to do the drums for these songs, you know?
No, he doesn't. He repeats himself far too much, and he's too upbeat too for what they want to do.
Right. Yeah. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same song. Obviously, the guitar solo is different. You know?
Yeah, the guitar solo is different. The
lyrics are different, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. The verses sound a little different, but I don't think any of the actual notes played are different. I think it's just the style it's played in makes it sound different.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's a similar song. Let's see. There's another song that's mislabeled. Killed for Love is actually Leave My Soul Alone. Remember that one off the... you don't remember?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I see these could be the original Dangerzone titles, and then fucking...
Yeah, that's true, too.
You know, they're talking about Mercyful Fate song titles because I titled this off of the cassette, which was made by someone off of the bootleg back in the 80s, so...
Well, you know what? I'm going by the Return of the Vampire, because this is the exact version off of that. I don't remember if... Maybe in the booklet it says, you know, I should have grabbed the booklet. They do have the album. I'm not going back there now because it's a mess behind me. But we're just going to call it... We'll call it what it was labeled. Killed for Love. All right? But it later got turned into Leave My Soul Alone, which was on Return of the Vampire. And it's pretty much the same version that's on that album. I like this song. I think it's a cool song. It could have been another B-side, you know, on Melissa. Because it does have, you know, the lyrical... This one actually does have the lyrical themes that, you know, that they would do anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, it does. It could have even fit in with the EP.
Yeah, I don't know why they left this one out. Like I said, this song's pretty much put together. It was pretty much all done and ready to go. It's a catchy song. Shame that they actually left it out just from, you know, anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good one. We did Hard Rocker, right? Oh, no, we didn't do Hard Rocker.
No, we didn't do Hard Rocker.
I'm thinking of Truck Driver. Yeah, Hard Rocker. Nothing really too much to say about this song.
I was going to say, I don't really remember much about it.
Yeah, pretty much the title says it all. It's a Hard Rocker. Not a terrible song. Like a couple of the other songs, this one would go with the Brats more than anything. It's not a Mercyful Fate song at all. Yeah, there's nothing really special about it. Just, you know, I'm going to be having the song playing in the background. You'll hear it for about a couple seconds.
I just wish I could remember the one that had the Into the Coven parts in it.
I wish you could remember too, because I don't remember anything with that.
It's definitely on there.
I didn't hear it. Last song, Not Amusing, which got turned into Desecration of Souls, which is also one of my least favorite Mercyful Fate songs.
I like it. I mean, I wouldn't put it on my favorites list, but it's okay.
Yeah. That's one Mercyful Fate song that, even though it did finally get put on the album, I think it's very disjointed. It's a very disjointed song. It's got a lot of weird
odd
parts in there. Yeah, a lot of weird, just random things.
Part of what I like about it, though.
Yeah, I don't mind that sometimes, but if things just don't, I don't know. I don't know. I really got to listen to that. When we get to that album, I'll know what I don't like about that song, and I'll go more into detail about it then. But I just remember that song just bothers me for some reason. But yeah, this one's pretty much the same. Got the same guitar chords and everything. Obviously, the drums are different and the lyrics are different. Yeah, it would just be Desecration of Souls. Just that's it. If you like that song, you'll probably like this one too. It's cool. It's all right. Still erratic like the other one.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess that's it. That wraps up the Dangerzone stuff. I mean, try to go into as much detail as I possibly could with this, but some of these songs are just I don't know. They're not as exciting as the actual Mercyful Fate songs, and I'm glad we're done with this now.
Yeah, but there will be an update to it once I figure out what that song is.
All right, fine. Update us. We want to know. Because now I'm interested. But yeah, if you can go on YouTube and look up all these old Mercyful Fate demos and Brat's demos and Dangerzone things like that, there's tons of videos on there, all with this stuff on there. So go check it out. It's really cool to see where all these songs started out as and what they finally became to be. So that's it for this episode. So we are going to go to Ralph, and we will hear his intro to King Diamond.
Very cool story.
And we will see you guys next week with the EP from Mercyful Fate.
That's right.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. See you then. Bye. All right. We are here with Ralph Viera. I did pronounce that right?
Yes, and thank you for having me on your show.
No problem.
Welcome. You may remember him from such films as Abraham Lincoln's Revenge.
Yeah. I played Abraham Lincoln.
What's going on, Ralph?
I'm doing great, dude. I'm looking forward to talking some King. I'm a huge fan of King Diamond. Mercyful Fate and Sabbath are my favorite bands, so awesome. I can talk a load. You're going to have to probably cut me off at some point. Shut up.
Yeah, I see that from all your Facebook posts, and actually that's why I wanted to have you on, because I didn't really know how much of a King Diamond fan you were.
Oh yeah, look, I'm wearing my King Diamond Clockwork Orange shirt.
Well, at least somebody's wearing a King Diamond.
That's shirt. Awesome.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
It came up on my news feed, and I was like, I'm buying that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Facebook. Yeah, bootleg shirt though.
Yeah, it's not official.
Yeah, it's cool though. That's like the one that's Don't Break the Oath. It's like the all over T-shirt. I guess that's a bootleg too, right? Because I never seen.
I have that as well, and I have a Darth Vader one. I forgot what it says. Don't break something. Darth Vader's point.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have that as well. I have like 20 Mercyful Fate shirts and King Diamond shirts.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
So you also have your own. I have a lot of channels on YouTube and stuff, right? You have a show and everything.
Well,
nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, I have. I had many channels, but now I'm putting them all in one because I was spreading myself too thin, and then it's like, man, I'm putting them all on the channel that's approaching now 15,000 viewers.
Wow.
And
awesome.
Yeah, and I love talking Fate, dude, and I talk about Fate a lot now on my channel. You know, now that I can.
Yeah.
And just a big fan, man.
Well, where can people go to see your channel?
It's called Almost Human 56 on that metal station. I'm sorry. On YouTube. I have a radio show on that metal station every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I got a band. I got a couple bands. I got a podcast, Rock and Metal Combat Podcast, and the Viera Vault. I do a lot of stuff.
Really cool. What other bands do you have? You have Thrash or Die, right?
I have Combat and a real wacky band called Nutritional Yeast Infection, which is me and a female. We do duets, but not your typical duets. You guys heard of the Mentors, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mentors. It's like like very perverted shit. And that should be coming out.
Bleeding hole is such a drag.
I'm on the rag. Yeah, she's on the rag. Such a drag.
Really
She insisted that she wanted a ball. I said, "Shut up, bitch, and take a Midol."
I met DJ once. It was really funny. They played down here at a club, and then after the show, he was talking to some crackhead because it's a really bad neighborhood. And I go up to him for him to sign my to the max. I go, "Dude, can you sign it?" And he goes, "Can you see I'm talking to a lady here?" I was like, "Okay," but then he signed it.
too funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Well, we had you on the show to talk, obviously, about King Diamond and Mercyful Fate because you're a part of the King Diamond show now. So,
thank you.
Yeah, really wanted to know what got you in to King Diamond.
All right, this is a really crazy story. It was 1980. It was either late '83 or January of '84.
Wow, that early.
I used to, that early before Melissa came out.
Yeah.
I just met King Diamond, and I told him that.
Wow.
And I said, "Man, I've been into you before Melissa." What happened was a friend of mine, he had a band called Iron Cross, and in their warehouse, they actually had a turntable hooked up to a Marshall amp. And he walked in one day, and here I'm going to start showing you my stuff. And he came in with this.
Wow.
Awesome.
The first, and he put it on, and when I heard the open riff to
Doomed by the Living Dead.
No, actually it was Corpse Without Souls what opens this album.
Yeah.
Where in the beginning they kind of switched it over. But I heard that solo, I was like, what the hell? And then when the singing started happening, I was holding the album when I was hearing this. And then when the singing, this freak came out, and I'm like looking at this fixate. I'm like, what the hell am I listening to? Because you got to remember, in '83, very taboo to, bands alluded to Satan and stuff like that. Yeah. This one was just like, Satan, 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 especially that song. It kept saying Satan over again. So I said to him, "Oh my God, this is great." He goes, "Dude, they have another copy at Open Books."
Wow.
I didn't have a car at the time, but he took me. He's still my friend, too, to this day.
Wow, cool.
Took me over there, and this is an original press. For those that don't know, the other press had a white border.
Right, yeah.
So this is the original. And I had Hank Sherman sign it when I met him in St. Petersburg. Unfortunately, I wanted King Diamond to sign this, but they weren't allowing autographs.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, but I got a poster autographed by King. And when I told them that, I was wearing this Mercyful Fate shirt, another bootleg shirt, where it's like this, but it's King Diamond on the cross and a bunch of hot chicks. Yeah, and King was impressed with the shirt, and when I told him before Mercyful Fate, he was like, "I can tell." And then he said this to me. Now, I don't know how you can take this, but there's a line of people, and he comes up to my ear and he whispers in my ear, "There's more Fate coming." Now, I don't know if that meant because of these recent reunion shows in Europe, or is there going to be new music? I don't know. Let's hope, And rest in peace, Timmy Hansen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. I was trying to get him to come on the show before,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I talked to him a few times, and every time I talked to him, it seemed like he was getting better, but then he had, a little relapse or whatever, and then that was the end, So.
Horrible news. I'll never get to see the original Fate. I saw Timmy Hansen once on the Abigail tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did get to see him at least once. But Michael Denner wasn't there, even though Michael Denner played on the album.
Yeah.
He didn't do that tour. It was I forgot his first name, last name Moon.
Michael
Moon.
Who played on Them.
No, he didn't play on Them. He didn't play on any albums. No.
He didn't.
No, he just did the Abigail tour, and then he was gone.
Wow, man. I'm leaving. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he
What the hell do I have you on for? Bye.
Yeah, right.
and he didn't even do the full tour. We ended up finding out he just did a couple months worth of shows, and then they brought shit. I can't remember now. Pete Black in.
He's gone too.
Yeah.
He's doing the show alone. Did he play on the Abigail live album? Do you know? Because remember that Abigail live album?
He was on that one, yeah.
I
Okay.
think so, yeah.
I have that on vinyl as well.
Yeah, I gotta get that. See, I don't have the live one on vinyl.
So yeah, and never got to see Mercyful Fate with Kim Ruz or Hank Sherman. I did see In the Shadows, and I saw the 9 tour. I drove up to St. Petersburg to see. That's where I got Hank to sign it. Where I was so happy they played Desecration of Souls, and also the Legend of the Headless Rider, which they didn't play on the In the Shadows tour, but they did it on the 9 tour, which was awesome. It was amazing. One of the greatest shows I ever saw was the Fort Lauderdale In the Shadows tour, where if you've seen the video, the Bell Witch, the indoor footage of that show is from the show I was at, and you can see the full show. I'll bring this up because it's really funny. You can see the full show on YouTube, and when during the show, I'm front and center. I'm against the railing. I was there all night. I mean, I was front in line. I ran to the front. I just stood there, and this beautiful, gorgeous girl comes up to me, and she says, "I am the biggest King Diamond fan. Can I please stand where you're standing?" And I said, "Listen, out of everybody standing here, I'm the last person to ask that, But anyway, I'm all the way up front, right? And like, I'm singing to every song. King Diamond notices me and shit. But during Gypsy was the best because, when the part where he goes, "You are the sunshine, so am I." When I was singing that, you can see it in the video. He like pointing at me, and then he goes, "You better believe it." And he walked away, and I was like, "Oh my God, he acknowledged me." So go ahead.
When you saw him the other day, did you say you remember that?
No, yeah, I should have. Remember when you pointed at me and said, "You better believe it." And Abigail. I mean, that was the first time I saw him here on Miami Beach, literally walking distance from me, and just touching his boot. Because again, I'm all the way up front.
Right.
Just touching his boot. I was like, "Oh my God, I touched the king." I'm like a total nutswing.
Yeah. Yeah, so are we. I mean, that's why we started the show. So
it's great, dude. I mean, yeah, when you hit me up and I saw the intro, I was like, "Oh shit, this is awesome!"
Yeah.
I love the intro to the show. It's badass.
Yeah, it's cool. I try to get as many guests as possible. Some people don't, have the time or whatever, which is understandable. But get as many people as possible. That's why we want to have somebody, some people like you, like fans and people that have their own podcast and stuff like that, and musicians like yourself too. So. Trying to get as many people involved in this show as possible. Can't just be us two because we're only so entertaining for so long.
Yeah,
if at all.
Well, I'm very glad to be here, man. And like I said, I saw Abigail, the Them tour, then In the Shadows because he didn't come down here that much. In the Shadows at 9, then House of God and Puppet Master, and the last time was the Institution, up in Orlando. What an amazing show. And his voice, to me, is better than it was back in, Puppet Master time.
Right,
he was struggling a little bit back then.
Yeah.
But he sounds really, great now. And his wife helps, but still. And again, I had meet and greet, and I had third row. That was the farthest I've ever been at a King Diamond show. Third row.
Really?
Because I'm usually all the way up front. Every show I just mentioned, I'm all the way up front, because I can't get enough of King Diamond and Mercyful Fate. I mean, to me, I always say Mercyful Fate is a band. There's no band that crams so many riffs in a song and make it work. They all blend so well, intertwine so well, and it can be very different than the last riff, but it's still... I don't know, man. It's like he really does have a pact with Satan for him to write such amazing songs.
Right? Yeah. How did you feel like when Michael Denner left and then Mike Weed came in? Do you feel like the band kind of lost their sound a little bit?
You know what? To tell you the truth, I found out that Abigail. I was like, that's not Michael Denner. you know. But it was Michael Weed, and it wasn't Moon, right? Or are you talking about later on?
No, later on when Michael Denner left Mercyful Fate.
I was bummed. And in the shadows, Timmy Hansen wasn't there. It was Sean D'Angelo, is that his name?
Charlie D'Angelo.
Charlie D'Angelo. Yeah, he started in Time.
Yeah, but he was at the In the Shadow show. You can see in the video.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Timmy Hansen didn't do the tour. Well, at least not the U.S. tour. And but yeah, I'm bummed when anybody leaves. I mean, to me, God, Kim Ruz. I mean, to me, you can't make a band without those original 5. Nothing against later stuff, because I love anything they do. Maybe call me a brainwashed fan. I could tell you some albums I don't like as much as others, but I think the original 5 had that sound that was never replicated without, you know, without Kim Ruz, without Kim Ruz, without King, Michael, Hank, and Tim, you know, they had a magic to them, you know, that was just so. Yeah. And it was really wild because, as I was saying earlier, you know, when I bought this album, I always thought this band is going nowhere. You know, this is. I mean, I love them, but I was like, they're too controversial. They're never going to be big, you know. And look, I mean, they're way bigger now than I ever thought they'd be, you know. But but it's amazing how, you know, time has been kind to actually Mercyful Fate, that, you know, because back then, I'm telling you, man, I mean, I'm an old guy. I'm going to be 55 in February. That back then it was very, very taboo, this type of music, you know, and that's all I did during these years was look for the most controversial, like when I saw black metal from Venom, and I read, you know, I drink the vomit of the priest. Oh, I'm going home with this, you know? and I'm not a Satanist in any way. I don't believe in Satan and none of that, but I love the whole, you know, the forbidden fruit tastes sweeter type thing. Yeah. So it was like, I need to have the most evil shit ever, you know? And Mercyful Fate and Venom, you know, they did it for me. But Mercyful Fate is the best with Sabbath. Black Sabbath I worship as well.
Yes, I see that on your Black Sabbath show you do as well.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite song that you have of Mercyful Fate?
Damn. That's a good question. Probably. Ooh. That's a tough one, dude. Maybe. I'll probably. All right. For today, I'll probably say Evil.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just love the way Evil ends. I love the whole song, but the way
I was gonna say
so crazy. And the opening line, I was born on the cemetery under the sign of the moon. Godly. It's like, damn. You know, it's like, just hearing shit like that as a kid, I was like, I need more of this, you know? And I never, ever thought in my wildest dreams I'd ever see King Diamond live, you know? Or I never, I've seen Mercyful Fate, but it was not Mercyful Fate, you know? But what happened to Kim Ruz? Here is the rumor. He's a mailman. Have you heard this?
I heard that rumor, but supposedly that's not true, I don't think, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Michael said that wasn't true.
Okay.
He had something, he had like a knee issue, right? Something with his knees or something?
Yeah,
that's why he can't play.
He had a knee issue, and he just, he doesn't want to get involved with playing music at all anymore.
That's why, because I know that Hank Sherman was the problem, so I was like, well, why ain't Kim Ruz on Fatal Portrait? You know?
Yeah. But I don't know. You know, I don't know if we asked Michael that. How come? We might have. We did. We did ask him.
We did ask him because he said he would see if he could try to get him to come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an episode with Michael Denner.
Yeah.
Right,
it'll be a couple episodes. We recorded so long ago, I forgot everything that he said.
I heard the one with the guy from Black Rose.
Black Rose, yep.
That was really. But have you heard Denner's Inferno?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I did. What the hell did they do with the record?
Do you have the? I have the 3-song EP. I haven't gotten the.
I have I have the EP and I have the record. I think it's behind me somewhere.
Yeah, I need to get it. It's good.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay.
No, it's back there.
Yeah, I need to get that.
I listened to the stream. The album's good, but I only have that EP.
Yeah, me too. That's all I got so far. I love the song. It got me. I forgot the name of the song, the video. It got me. I was like, "Ooh, I gotta get this."
Fountains of Grace.
Yeah. It's a great track. But that's awesome that you still have that original EP for that long. That was the second Fate record I heard, but that's my favorite release overall is that EP.
Yeah, I have a hard time picking what's my favorite. I mean, Melissa, Don't Break the Oath, or the EP is like, they're just, to me, they're like equal, I just love them. I'm telling you, I listen to Mercyful Fate, especially 80s Fate, including Return of the Vampire. I have a couple things I want to show you guys. I have this. This is a bootleg called Mercyful Fate Live that I know you guys are well aware, but just in case some of your listeners don't know, this is actually the original album cover of Melissa.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be this, and I don't know why they ended up not using it. It's kind of creepy. It's a cool bootleg. I have this other one. This one's called Crush the Cross. And these are, this ain't no, burn. This is actually Metal Memory, an actual bootleg company. Soundboard, really good stuff from Holland in '83. And this one's called Return of the Living Dead, where King Diamond does the Lord's Prayer backwards on this. It's wild.
I think I have that one.
I should show you this too because
show us that.
I am such a Mercyful Fate fanatic that I recorded an EP. It's called Don't Fuck with the Oath. Only 250 were made. This is a friend of mine called Holy George, and he did side one. He's a death metal singer, and his name's Holy George. My name is Dr. Fuck.
All right.
So we got side Holy and side Fuck. Holy Fuck. And the artwork, that's me on the cross. And that's
cool.
Holy George, yeah. And you can probably find. I mean, I'm selling some on eBay if anybody's interested. I don't have many left, and I even have the test pressing here. But I've
seen that on somewhere recently. Maybe you posted about it. I just saw somebody post about that.
Maybe, and I'll tell you what's really funny. Only a Mercyful Fate fan will get.
Up, you're breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Hey, good now. Go ahead.
All right. Only a Mercyful Fate fan will get the album itself. Stay Away, White Magician. See the little magician hat? So, Don't Fuck with the Oath. And why did I bring that up? There was a reason because we put the Lord's Prayer on here backwards. It's in between one of the songs, and I'm very proud of it. Don't Fuck with the Oath. And the name of the band is Lucifer Creme Etaf, which is Mercyful Fate backwards. It's Don't Break the Oath, but he's giving the finger.
Nice.
Now, are those Mercyful Fate covers songs?
All covers. And what I did, what everybody would expect. I did Nuns Have No Fun, Doomed by the Living Dead, but I also did Leave My Soul Alone, which is, not really on an album. It's a demo from, later came out on Return of the Vampire. But I figured, let me throw in an obscure track. On the other side is a Black Funeral, Into the Coven, and Devil's Eyes, death metal singing. And we had our friend Paolo, who can hit those King Diamond notes, come and do that for us. You hear him hit the high notes where I couldn't do it.
Right.
But I'm very proud. I'm sure you can hear it on YouTube. And if you're interested, Phase Later is my eBay name.
All right.
Plug.
You have to send that to me because I'll put it up on the screen there.
Right on.
Well, I really appreciate you showing us this.
Hey,
Wayne, it's really cool.
Yeah, Wayne, send me your address. I'll send you a copy.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Awesome. Everybody go and buy that on eBay or contact Ralph.
That's right.
What is
There's going to be no more made. It's limited to 250, and that's it.
Very cool. What made you want to do that?
It was actually my friend Holy George's idea, but because he's a big Fate fan as well.
Yeah.
And he asked me, and I said, "Yeah, man, well, let's do it." And we knocked it out pretty quick.
Now,
I think it came out quick.
Is that your band from Thrash or Died recording with you, or
no? Yeah, actually, my old guitar player did some solos on here. Actually, Mario, he did do. He did all the solos on it, but nobody else. There's a band called Hell Witch that they're legendary, but they're very underground. He's also a big mastermind. JP, he was involved in it more than any of us, really. I mean, I have never seen JP without a King Diamond and Mercyful Fate shirt on. Once I saw him, I forgot what he was wearing. I said, "Wow, I didn't recognize you with that shirt on." You know, it's not a King Diamond.
That's funny. Least favorite King Diamond or Mercyful Fate album or song? Actually, both. Least favorite song and least favorite album.
When it comes to Mercyful Fate, it's tough, but I'm gonna have to say, "Dead Again."
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if your answer is anything besides "Dead Again," you're gone.
All right, well, let's see if I'm gone when it comes to my least favorite King Diamond song album. And I do like it, but I think it's a step down. Was the last one? Give Me Your Soul, Please. I do like it though, but I'm just saying I like the others more. I would have said Voodoo before. Voodoo was an album that grew on. Yeah, at first
Voodoo was awesome.
I didn't get it at first, man. I was weird, but I love it now. You know, least favorite Mercyful Fate song, and it's because it's just too goofy. But I do like it. It's from Into the Unknown. The one where about the Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah. I love that song.
I do like it, but it's a little goofy. And
it is. It's corny for him, but it's cool.
King Diamond. Oh man, that would be a tough one to choose. My least favorite King Diamond song. It'd have to be something off "Give Me Your Soul, Please," but I'd have to take a look at the track listing. I can't think of it offhand.
So you like that least favorite one as opposed to House of God?
I liked House of God, and I heard somebody tell me the other day that album's really good, but I hate the production. And I'm like, the weird thing about me, every time I hear people talk about that production song, I'm like, man, I can't tell what good production is and bad production. I just don't get it, But the only album I can tell you that, it doesn't sound that great is, believe it or not, and I love the album, Blizzard of Oz by Odyssey. It has this kind of, like you put it back to Dire, it sounds so much better. That's the only one I can really notice, a production thing. But no, I dug House of God. I liked it. Really? Black Devil was one of my favorite King Diamond songs.
Yeah, Black Devil's a good song. Yeah.
But
that one's okay.
I'll show you some Mercyful Fate shit I got. This one's called "The Curse Is on You." It's
never seen that one.
It's got some of the. It's mostly demos. It has some live at a '83 Dynamo Festival and the same BBC things that you hear on in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
This one the Friday Rock Show songs.
Yeah. This one's called "Nuns for Slaughter." You make that And this one is a bunch of demos: Black Funeral, Ebony Sessions, Death Kiss, Running Away. Some weird songs: Persecution, Truck Rider. You guys heard that?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Truck Driver. If I could cover one King Diamond song, it would be that, just because it would be hilarious.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's why I kind of like.
But most importantly, it rocks.
Yeah, it's a great song. But there's Some Days. Some Days? That's from '81. I don't think that's Mercyful. It might be the Brats or.
It was Dangerzone, actually.
Oh, Some Days is Dangerzone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and I still got more. This is the earliest one I ever bought. I know you guys are aware of this.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah,
I like Live that from the Depths of Hell. Yeah, it's a great cover. Live show. I got 9. I got all the official releases. Time. I got some more bootlegs in here, but my favorite bootlegs coming up.
Cool.
This is our favorite. Dead Again. And this is my favorite. This is my favorite King Diamond Mercyful Fate bootleg. This is called The Vampire's Back. Have you heard of this one?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I recognize that cover.
Yeah, I know it's a limited edition. It's I love the collage inside.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
so,
really
cool.
so much stuff. And yeah, it's like Mercyful Fate and Dangerzone. And it's a collection of all the demos, and they sound really, really good.
Really?
Amazing stuff.
I don't know if they sound better than the ones that you gave me, Greg.
They might. I mean, that's from an old cassette I had that was God knows how many generations down the line before I made a copy of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Still thankful they're available, huh? Of course, the two classics.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa. Then I got more bootlegs coming up. Into the Unknown, In the Shadows. Probably my favorite of the later stuff. Would you guys, what would you say is your favorite later Mercyful Fate?
In the Shadows. In the Shadows and Into the Unknown.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like, overall, I would pick In the Shadows, but I love Into the Unknown. That's a real strong album, and it's almost its equal.
Yeah.
This is a real weird one. I don't even know the name of this. But it's a live album, and only 150 were made.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course this classic.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get the Vampire on vinyl. This shit's going up in price, man. It's hard to get.
Oh, it is. You got a print?
The Vampire one is, yeah, and I think Into the Unknown is too.
Oh wow. Yeah, I have them on CD and pull them out.
Yeah.
The last one. All right. Did you guys get this one? Because I got the super deluxe version of
No, I didn't get that. No.
Oh, the Blu-ray is godly. It's
I got
really
the.
well shot.
I did get the Blu-ray, but I didn't get the record. You know what? The live vinyl stuff I don't really care too much about, but.
Yeah, I'm a completist, man. I own.
So am I usually, and I don't know vinyls.
If I like a band, I'll buy their shitty albums. I don't care. You know?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
You guys like this one? I love the Puppet Master.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I found it kind of deranged.
That
so you guys ain't fans of this one, huh?
Well, it's okay, but it feels rushed, and it seems like more of a space filler album than anything.
Voodoo, which very reminiscent of them, the album cover.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And all these bring posters inside.
Yeah.
The Eye, I love The Eye, man. This is pretty underrated.
That's the one I started with. I didn't like it at first.
No?
Really? You didn't like it at first?
No, because it was. I mean, I was just getting into metal at the time, and then listening to his vocals, it just was like, what the fuck? It was weird.
You know, my co-host, he said the first time he put on a King Diamond CD, his father walked by the room and stopped, and he goes, "Are you listening to a parakeet?" How about this one, man? The Graveyard.
I just got that on vinyl. Yeah.
Probably one of the most demented stories of the King Diamond canon.
Definitely one of his most demented stories. Little bit weak as a record.
Yeah.
I find this one grossly underrated.
I like that one too.
Spider's Lullaby. I love that. It's a shame I've never seen him play anything off it. This is the one with Michael Moon, right?
Yep.
Yes, Michael Moon.
That's one of my favorite live albums.
It's a great live album. The story behind this was, I mean, who knows if it's true. King Diamond found in his in a box. You know, I was like, oh, maybe it's true. Who knows? My favorite King Diamond album is Fatal.
I concur.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we all agree on that one. We all agree.
Because most people would say Abigail or them. Wow, I just noticed this is not opened.
Oh, well, we got to open that.
I still haven't opened. Yeah, I got to open this one. Man. I don't know what's going on. I have it on picture disc. I'm gonna
one up you on that one. Hold on a minute.
But while he's doing that, before I forget, Ralph, so you were talking about the first time you heard Mercyful Fate. So I heard Fate before I heard King Diamond, but the first King Diamond CD I got was The Eye, and the first time I sat down and listened to it, I was down at my grandparents' house down the shore during the off season, so I was just sitting alone on this desolate beach, listening to The Eye, smoking a J, and it went real nice.
Nice. And you got it right away, right?
Oh yeah.
I picked this up a few weeks ago.
What is
it's a Japanese version of Conspiracy.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. The other cover is like illegal or something over in Japan, right?
Because of the face paint.
Because of his face paint, so they took his face off and just put the logo on there.
Something about the markings and the face paint. I can't remember exactly what it is about it,
but honestly, man, I actually like the back cover more. The little painting of the funeral.
Oh,
I thought that would have made a cooler album cover.
Well, my favorite picture was the inside with the graveyard.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, this is the funeral one.
The one with the preacher and
Father
card.
Yeah, I think originally he did have that as a cover, but I guess he didn't like it and pulled it off shelves, and it was like maybe 50 out in the world.
Wow. Yeah, he didn't like the way it actually looked when it was printed up as the album cover.
Oh, so there's 50 available.
Yeah. I don't think they actually bothered to do anything to the picture other than make it larger. I think they printed it in just that black and white print, and that was part of his problem with it.
Yeah. Wow. If it was in color, it would have worked, I think. I mean, it's cool black and white, but...
The first Abigail, and how about this? I found this kind of disappointing.
Abigail you think so?
I don't
it doesn't hold up to the first one, but
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I felt like it wasn't really up to par. These are the older ones I got when I was a kid. Family Ghost with Shine, and the first one I bought with Andy LaRocque signed it for me, and that's it. That's it for my vinyl collection. I just thought I'd pull them all out and show you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those last two, I remember seeing them back in the day when I used to go to the record stores. I'm like, who the hell's going to buy that? What do I want that for? And now I wish I would have bought it.
Yeah, right?
Now they go for a lot of money.
I do have, but it's on my wall because I have all my pictures on my wall. I have the Halloween one where he's holding the skull,
the skull.
That one, yep. Really
cool. Pardon my mic. Yeah, I did. I have that as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up my vinyl collection. I got all the CDs and everything. I got most of the vinyl.
I got Metal Blade just released a picture disc of the EP. I have the on my wall, and I have a couple. Like one of the bootlegs I showed you, I have on picture disc, and Conspiracy I have on picture disc. I know they re-released it now. Metal Blade re-released them all. Yeah. But man, there was a time where people were freaking out over my Conspiracy picture disc. Oh my God, and nobody knew it existed. But now you can get them all. You know?
Yeah, now you can get it for like $20, $30. So
yeah,
kind of made it not so special anymore. You know,
I'm not the biggest fan of picture disc. I love how they look.
Yeah, they're cool looking, but do you really need it?
They have surface noise, so it's
I mean that's like I have all of the original Death picture discs for Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, and Spiritual Healing, and even though they were never played, they still sound like shit because they're picture discs. There's so much surface noise, it's not even worth listening to it.
I wasn't even aware those were on picture discs. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I think they only came out on Under One Flag in Europe. I don't think Combat did it in America.
And those are my favorite, man, the first three.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah, I saw Death at the Cameo Theater, and I stage dove, and it's on YouTube. Nice. I wasn't as big as I am now. I was kind of thin back then, so yeah, it was Death and Death Angel. And the funny thing about that show was it was supposed to be Rigor Mortis. And when we get to the show, it's Rigor, and I love Rigor Mortis camp, so I was like, fuck! And then, yeah, Death is going to open. I was like, ooh. And it was Leprosy, my favorite Death album. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll take that. And that was the first time I saw Death, which was damn cool.
I got Oops.
Forgot what show this was.
Whoopsie doodle.
I'm gonna have to edit all that out now. More work for me. Crap! I don't even know what I want to do now. Now that
well, maybe you guys talked about it in your past shows, but
does it
how
matter?
many times? Well, all right, if you don't mind, tell me, because I would like to hear from you guys. Like, how many times have you seen The King and Fate? You know,
I've only seen King once.
hey,
That's it.
better than never.
Yeah, I saw him at BB King's. What the hell album was that for? Maybe crap. Maybe the Puppet Master. I think. I don't remember.
I flew up to see Saxon at BB King.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So I was there. I heard that venue is now closed.
Is it really?
Yeah, I heard they
Really?
closed it.
Huh.
Good venue, cool place.
It was a cool place. A lot of. I've seen a lot of shows there actually. So a lot of like power metal. I'm more into power metal type stuff. But a lot of those bands started coming there and playing there, and it was pretty cool. A little tiny club, but it's a nice place. It wasn't. Nice, I guess.
It's big compared to Florida clubs, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
It's kind of wide, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
But
wide.
No, Greg, you saw Mercyful Fate and King Diamond too, right? Or just
Yeah,
Mercyful?
I've seen them both once. I saw Merciful Fate on the 9 tour, and that was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I saw King Diamond for Give Me Your Soul, Please. I think it might have been that tour.
Man, this is amazing. It's so good. They opened with the candle. You know, it was the highlight for me. He played the lake. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, he's playing the lake. Because I'm not one of these people that look at set lists before shows. I like to be surprised. And boy, was I surprised by that one. It's like, and he played, oh man, I forgot what song it was from The Eye. That's kind of like a deep track.
Oh, Behind
I forgot that.
What was
Behind
it?
the
Was
Walls.
it Burn?
No, it was Behind the Walls. I've seen him do Burn before on, I think it was the Puppet Master tour, but I never seen them do, Behind the Walls. That was awesome. That was like the second track. He opened with the candle. It was so good.
That's awesome.
Candles, because it reminds me of the first live album that he put out when they opened up with the candle. That's cool.
The Abigail live one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great opener. I love that song.
Supposed to be a Mercyful Fate album, Fatal Portrait.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wonder what that would have sounded like, with Kim in the band and then even with Hank, But
it would have been amazing.
Mickey
It
D,
would have
though,
been
I
amazing,
mean,
yeah.
I love Mickey D. He's like my favorite drummer, so I don't know.
Mickey D's a monster. He's a monster drummer. I mean, yeah, you can't say anything bad about that guy,
Yeah.
But you see, it was like my thing is that technically Mickey D is miles above Kim Ruz. But to me, Kim Ruz, I loved his organic feel. Just his organic playing was so cool. I dug it. He was always in the pocket, and like Devil's Eyes. It almost sounds like a little disco playing going on.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Kind of weird to hear, like, in that kind of style of music, in metal.
Yeah.
But, what do you think of King's wife singing in the background?
I dug it. It didn't really take away. I was very close to the stage. I knew King Diamond was like hitting those really high notes and shit,
Yeah.
But she did add to it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was good. I didn't mind it at all, actually. She was very nice too. I met her as well that night. But
you think it takes away a little bit when she's like doing the albums and stuff like that?
Is she on the albums? I wasn't even
Yeah,
aware
she's
of
on the Puppet
Soul,
Master
please?
album. I think she started with Puppet Master.
That's right. Isn't there some female singing on that album? As I recall, that was her. Yeah. No, I really don't mind it, but then again, I'm a sheep. I'll accept.
Yeah,
it.
we love and we'll just accept that. It is what it is. At least we have something, right?
Yeah.
I just want them to go back to singing about the devil and putting out another crazy, heavy, progressive album with Mercyful Fate.
Yeah. A lot of Satan in the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
Me?
Yeah. You were saying something. No.
Yeah. Must have not been important.
I guess not. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else to ask you.
Well, I mean, I'd love to come back if you anytime you want. If we're gonna, you want to talk about a subject matter when it comes to King Diamond, I'm here, dude. I'll yap your ear off, because I'm a huge fan. And what can I say?
I would definitely like to talk about that EP that you did.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, if you guys want, we'll do an episode on Don't Fuck With The Oath.
Sure, we'll do that. And then
Don't fuck with. I couldn't remember what it was. I was gonna say don't break the fuck, but I'm like, no, that sounds stupid. That can't be right.
I wouldn't approve that since my name is Dr. Fuck.
Where did that come from, by the way?
Dr. Fuck was all right when the Thrash or Die band started. My guitar player, he came up with a nice little name. His name was Hell Vomit Sodomizer. Then the bass player was called Triple Six Whoremangler. And so they were saying to me, you got to come up with a name. And I was like, I can't think of anything. And we were just on the phone, and I just blurted out Dr. Fuck and kept talking. And he's like, did you just say Dr. Fuck? I go, yeah. He goes, dude, that's your name. And then I go, dude, Dr. Fuck is so stupid, it rules. I'll go with Dr. Fuck.
And it has stuck ever since.
I came up with my name. And yes, I'm known as Dr. Fuck now.
Cool. Well, it works. It's fine.
My parents ain't too crazy about it, but what can you do?
Nah.
It was funny when we played Cologne. We got to the airport, and I was a little behind from everybody else, and the promoter picked everybody up, and he's, where's Senor Fuck?
That's too funny.
Sure, goes like Senor. And by the way, it's spelled F-U-K-K, so it's not a bad word.
That's right. I won't. My son the other day he started saying the F word.
Oh,
I don't know where he got it from. Know where he got it from.
Was he? How old is he?
3.
Not good. Way too young. Was he watching one of my videos or something?
I have no idea. He might have. He does watch YouTube sometimes, so he might have. Who knows?
Oh, come on. He's from Long Island. You can't walk to the end of your driveway without somebody saying fuck.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I really appreciate you coming on. And if you want, you can come back on. We'll talk either Mercyful Fate album or King Diamond album, whatever you want. You want to come on and talk Fatal Portrait? We could do that.
Yeah, Fatal Portrait.
I would love to. I would love to talk Fatal Portrait. Any album really. I mean, you just I'd be honored, dude. I mean, I love King Diamond, and any podcast that talks about the King, dude. I bow to you guys. So I would definitely, and hopefully I can have you guys on. I have a podcast called The Viera Vault where we talk about discographies. Where we don't, we don't dwell on an album too long. We keep it rolling. That maybe us three can do something for the Viera Vault, like Mercyful Fate or King Diamond, if you want. And that way we can promote each other, And of course, I'm going to promote this. So I'm going to put this everywhere, Cool. We'll talk about it on my channel as well,
Awesome. Very cool. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on your show, dude. And it was really nice meeting you, both of you,
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Nice meeting you, too.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Right.
So, right on, guys. So don't fuck with the oath.
We won't. And that's right. Go buy Ralph's album. The EP, what is it, an EP, right?
It's an EP vinyl. Only 250 were made. So get it now before they're gone. And I don't have many left.
That's right. How do people contact you?
I'm on Facebook, Ralph Viera, and recently, not recently, but I never go on there, but recently I've been going on Twitter. I know, I'm a poser. I know.
We're on there too, but you have to be,
It's a tool. It's a tool for getting your shit out there. Yep. And almost
you guys are tools.
Yeah. We have to be tools to promote, man.
That's right.
And Phase Linear is my eBay, FAZEELINEAR. EARs where you can get a copy of Don't Fuck With the Oath. And they have been selling, man. I have quite a few things up on there, and that's selling like weekly. A lot of people are buying that. Oh, I got to bring this up real quick. The JP, the guy from Hell Witch, posted it on Facebook, and there was a guy from Mexico that threatened to kill us.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because he was so offended by us desecrating the album cover with a middle finger.
Oh.
And he goes, I will kill you guys for doing that. Now that's a fan. That guy's a bigger fan than I'll ever be. He's willing to murder somebody. And it's like, no, but we like them, man. We're big. But yeah, we actually got a death threat over that album cover, which is too.
Well, then you know it works.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, you're freezing up here. Well, you froze up really bad now.
How about now? My back?
Nope, you're not back.
Damn.
No, I hear you,
at least
but you know.
At least it happened at the end of the show.
That's right. Well, you've been freezing in and out, but hopefully it's all right. If not, we record the whole thing.
Did it happen throughout the show?
In and out, but not as bad as it is now. Now it's the worst. So.
Okay. Well, that's a sign. That's Satan telling us to sign off.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, thank you for coming on again, and go to ratsaladreview.com. Check out all of Ralph's stuff on YouTube, and we'll see you next week with more King Diamond.
Right on, guys. Yeah, have a good one.
Awesome.